Now this is Dusty Dusterson coming around the corner. She's third. She's fourth. She's coming around the far side. She's fifth. She's sixth. Nobody keeps track of anything she's doing right now. Oh my God! Here she comes from the home stretch. She's coming at the top. By a head. By a head. She wins the contest. It's my best horse announcer voice. Is an equestrian announcer. I don't know what the F it is called. Let me still get some shit dialed up here, y'all. Let us make sure that you can hear me. If you cannot hear me, what is the point of doing the case? Hello, Steve Riggyberg. That was a little old Jewish man sneaking into my general random Arabic accent. What is the point of doing the case? Yeah, now I've got to do this cast every week, and I'm starting to wonder myself, like, could my time be better invested somewhere else, maybe? In a low-yield government bond, perhaps? Rich, no, what's up? Horse announcer. Thank you, Steve. Very clever. Martin! Don Shipley, Jim K. Good, good, good. David Lamb. How about them Lions? Dr. Danny Baker, PhD, and I were chatting. Yes, Kim. Well, hold on. It's fine, Kim. Motherfuck. Kim, I'm going to work on the Schwarmy sound while we're waiting. Dr. Daniel Baker, PhD, we're texting just today. Like, we don't know what this season will bring. We have been miserable Lions fans our entire fucking lives. Last 3 years been pretty good. But the Monday night game against the Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens, one of my most liked teams. I can't say favorite teams. I only have one favorite team. One of my most liked franchises is the Ravens. They do everything so well. They literally have the best player in football alive today as a quarterback. And the Lions beat them. It was awesome, and we loved it. Loved every second of it. It was great. Of course, I was nervous. Don't get me wrong. I was a nervous Nelly. Not going to lie to you. Okay, so why isn't Schwarmy fucking going? Goddamn Schwarmy sound. So, still having a lot of trouble. Let's see if we can reset this motherfucker. Let's go. Let's see. You guys talk amongst yourselves for a second. How about now? Gosh darn it. We've got problems. See, Galley, we've got I don't apparently have the Schwarmy sound. I can't even trigger it manually, which is crazy. Oh, man, it's not an open. Let's go to main real quick. Now try it. Oh! Do you hear that? Do you hear that, internet? Let's try it again. Yes, we have Schwarmy. It's going to be fine. Sean Dyer in the house, Cobalt in the house, Pam Weber. Nyoka, how you doing, my man? What's going on? Edward Rocco. By the way, everyone, every time I say Edward Rocco, you have to clap. It's just the way it is. Very quiet on the Schwarmy. All right, let me check that out again. That's it's good to know, Sean. Let's check that out. Go to base, main. Oh no, Sean, it seems to be cooking for me, man. Steve, I'm not fondling you. No matter how tall you are, there is no world in which I have to do like this. It's just not how things go. Come on, people. A Sigler in the house. Tony, how you doing? Okay, everybody's saying it was quiet. Okay, let me double check that. Why we got a minute. First of all, of course, if you're coming in after the fact, I forgot. Go to 00:00. You can tune right into the story. We got a great story for you today. A lot of drama going on, a lot of action, some violence, some swearing, some sexual euphemisms. You know how it goes. You know why you're here. You all know why you're here. Oh no, Scott. We're pure as the driven snow. We don't think about things like naughty bits and sexy times and fluids. Yes, you do. Is that you, babe?
Yeah, is it a Q-mix thing?
Let's take a look. No, I'm on the regular mix. Does it sound quiet to you too?
It does.
All of it?
No, just the Schwarmy.
Just Schwarmy. Okay, I'll work on that. Okay, working on the Schwarmy right now, y'all. Yes, you do. You naughty bastards. You all think about the naughty stuff all the time. Don't fucking lie to me. Don't lie to me. Pieces of shit. Swear to God. No idea why I do this shit. Timer 2. Well, the timer's fucked. We're not going to get that. So I got to go back to main. All right, we'll try showing me one more time. Now, you guys can help me cue this in. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Was that one any better? Dr. T. Campbell in the house. How you doing, sir? Ooh, that incredibly hot Jiminy. Thank you, Cobalt, of course. Feed the algorithm. Click that thumbs up button. Ring the bell and slap yourself in the face. And also subscribe. Daniel Baker says, Schwarmy level is better now. That's really interesting. It is cranked. It is pegged. You guys can read into that as you will. Because, of course, Christine still says it could be louder. All right, I'm working on that right now. Let's get this figured out. Schwarmy. How does this sound, you guys? Brian says, sounds okay, but the volume is way up on his end. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm going to bring that, I got to bring that down a bit. How was the applause sounds good. Okay, let me do a little quick check here. We're going to go live here in a second. Advanced audio properties, because I'm an advanced motherfucker. Ace. Monitor only, mute output. Let's try it again. This is, let's go Schwarmy sound. Monitor output. This may be echoey doubled. Couples Therapy VR. Glad to have you here on time. How was that, Schwarmy, bitches? How was that right there? You guys have got a little bit of a delay because the FCC want to censor me. Schwarmy sounds even louder. Good on Twitch. Better. Great. Good, good, good. You know what? Hold on a second. It's going to make. Oops. Come here, everybody. Lean in. Lean into your device. Lean into your device. We don't have merit badges yet, but we may soon have merit badges. And I think all of you right now should get a goddamn merit badge for helping me science this shit right here. Everybody says it was great. It was great. It was fantastic. It's probably the best Schwarmy sound you've ever had in your ears. Brian Speck says, everything you've tried still sounds sane to me. 80%. Brian, you just said it was too loud, bro. Did you not just say it was too? I'm so confused. Okay, everybody think, John Bivens, what's up? Goose Mage in the house. Oh my goodness. You guys, I've had a hell of a day. I'm not going to lie. Not got a lot done today, but you guys are all here. You're fantastic. We have 1 minute, 21 seconds. Oh shit. Let's get to business. Tonight's episode is, hey, we still got the old stuff on the script. Hey, if you're watching, the Slices Deep Cut script is all the old stuff. I don't know if you have a separate document or not, but tonight is episode 114 of Slay. It is called Carved in Stone. Hey, I'm just going to close this out. Carved in Stone, motherfuckers. Fucking action adventure shit to the nines. 2 fists worth of action adventure. Dan, don't get excited. I know you see 2 fists coming your way. You get pumped up. It's not my business. Of course, those on YouTube, click, like, slap, bell, smack yourself about the midriff and the giblets. It's all going to be good. Share on your socials, all that other good stuff. After the episode, we are going to talk about Aliens Earth. Season 1. The first 15 minutes are going to be kind of a general discussion about season 1. No spoilers, so that you guys can decide. If you've already watched it, you can be part of that conversation. If you haven't watched it, you can decide if you want to watch it. After the commercial break of Deep Cuts, we're going to spoil the shit out of everything. It's going to be 7-week-old milk in the fridge where you crack the top and you're like, is this bad? Honey, is this bad? Honey, can you smell this? Smell this. Is this bad? You're like, I'm not sure if it's bad. And then you like pour a little bit into the sink and it's just sludge, white sludge coming out. Like, bleh, bleh. And then yes, that was spoiled. That's the level of spoilers A and I are going to get into. All right, let's see. Oh, time to party. Let's go. Movie sign. Movie sign. Check, check, check. Looks good. Everything cool, babe? Oh, too late now, but thank you very much. Oh, get out of here. Okay. Recluse Mage, if that's the most horrific thing you've ever heard from me, I got more work to do. I've got more work to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get the Slay Lower Third Super up. Go, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts, clip in your safety pins, and zip up your zippers, because it's time to get down. Previously on Slay. Lincoln told Billy and Magda to take wounded Dante to the transit hub and get him, Cray Cray Bray, Faceless, and Mercutio out of Callista's tunnel complex and get everyone to the clearinghouse in Cordis. To buy them time, Lincoln took on the massive Wyrmmother one-on-one, attacking her and drawing her away from the transit cavern. Confining the beast in tunnels barely the size of her 60-foot-long body, Lincoln fired an explosive crossbow bolt into her mouth. So violent was the detonation that her pedipalps were torn away and several of her onyx eyes shattered. The explosion also sent Lincoln flying. The rough landing rebroke his femur. He patted himself on the back for such a grand victory, but too soon. Wyrmmother isn't finished with him yet. With no ammunition for his guns, no shield wand, and no crossbow bolts, can he defeat this granite Leviathan one-on-one? Find out next on Slay, episode 114. The craggy, broken monstrosity wriggled out of the tunnel, stone flesh tinkling and rattling as it expanded. Green mist continued to waft up from cracks and fissures, from missing eyes, from the pedipalpless mouth. The eyes that did remain, shiny onyx discs, some the size of Lincoln's fist, some the diameter of basketballs, gleamed with hatred. Stone pincers spread wide. The long tail and its spiked scorpion ball rose up high, twitched in anticipation of delivering a killing strike. Blazing hells, that thing was big. Lincoln didn't like his odds, and goddamn did his leg hurt. Giving in to the pain would not keep him alive, wouldn't get him out of here, so he could blackmail Callista, so he could help get Sam off the shelf. So he could, finally, be a father to his only child. Lincoln adjusted his grip on his crutch. He leaned into it, mentally mapping his weight on the armrest, gauging how much he could use it to move. Right hand on the crutch, bastard maker in his left. He twirled the ancient skegox. "You ain't looking so good, Stony," he said to the beast. "How about you go find a place to hide before I finish the job and turn you into gravel?" The monster let out a long, low croak. Lincoln didn't have to speak the Wyrmmother's language to get the gist, which was, "I'm going to skull fuck you, puny human." Had Billy and Magda gotten Dante and the others out of there? Lincoln had no way of knowing, which meant he had to kill this walking boulder, or at least keep it occupied long enough for them to transit away. If Dante didn't get out with Callista's Dormantis, then all of this was for nothing. As long as Sam got off the shelf, it would be worth it. In death, Lincoln would be a far better father than he had ever been in life. Wyrmmother let out another grinding croak, then she slithered forward, pincers clacking. Her wide, heavy body squashed one of the rotting cultist bodies lying on the ground, a victim of the gravity trap and the long iron stalactites in the ceiling above. Lincoln gave Bastard Maker another twirl, then hurled the weapon at the monster's broken, gaping maw. The hatchet spun. A pincer whipped in and smacked the Viking weapon aside. The hatchet skidded across the gravity cavern's floor, thudded against a rotting corpse. The massive beast rushed forward, broken pieces of it falling off like granite dandruff. The scorpion tail drove down. Lincoln dove to his right, pushing off his good leg. The tail's sharp point clanked into the ground, stone on stone, that shattered yet another paving tile. He tried to protect... Yes, that's correct. He tried to protect his broken right leg, but the crutch made everything awkward. He landed on his right hip, setting his body newly alight with blinding pain. He half rolled, half scrambled, knowing that to stay still was to die, reaching his left hand toward Bastard Maker. Gildy! The hatchet shot toward him, arcing up and over Wyrmmother as she turned toward him, slithering closer. Lincoln caught Bastard Maker just as the tail punched toward him a second time. He managed a backhanded swipe that knocked the point aside just enough for it to miss his face and thwack into the floor. Pincers slammed down on either side of him, pressed in on him, corralling him. On his back, Lincoln saw the great stone tail rise up fast, guaranteed death twitching as it gathered strength. The crack of a high-powered gunshot. The tail's lethal point snapped off. Black ichor dribbled down. Only one weapon in the world made that particular sound. Ding dong, big schlong. God's damn it, Magda. Couldn't she just, for once, do what she was told? Writhing, infuriated, Wyrmmother turned toward the tunnel's mouth. Another shot rang out. Another shot rang out, the handheld cannon's report slapping off the cavern walls. Lincoln heard the rock crack, but didn't see where the shot landed. Roaring, Wyrmmother slithered away from him. He heard a clang of metal on his right. A Yogaidogani blade slid across the cavern floor toward him, the butt end of the handle gleaming with a bright teal meshwork rope that led away toward the tunnel entrance. The blade slid to a stop a few yards from him. At the tunnel entrance, Lincoln saw Magda, firing off shots with the .50 caliber charmed rifle, and Billy holding the other half of Yogaidogane, the glowing rope leading from its end across the floor toward Lincoln. "Linc!" Billy shouted. "Grab it and hold on!" Grab the blade? Why? Wyrmmother slithered toward Magda and Billy. Billy shouted again, this time in a strange language. "Kalpai Carpentar! Meskai Kentar!" Lincoln finally understood. He lurched for the blade, just as he felt gravity flip, felt up become down, and down become up. He let go of the crutch and grabbed the weapon's handle. His body shot up into the air. The magical rope snapped taut. He looked down the glowing strand, saw Billy on the other end, leaning back, his muscles rippling beneath his blood-streaked white scale armor. Wyrmmother, roaring, her pincers snapping, her oozing tail whipping, was dragged upward, her massive body picking up speed. She slammed into the long, thick stalactite clusters. Her already fractured body shattered into 100 pieces that skittered and scattered around the iron spikes like broken masonry. No coming back from that. Invertedly dangling some 50 feet above the floor, feet pulled toward the ceiling, Linc's anger blossomed. "I told you stupid fucks to leave," he shouted down. "I called in a marker." If they were here, where was Dante? Armor Magda slid ding-dong big schlong into her back holster. "You're welcome, you ungrateful douchebag," she said. "Walt, turn it off." Grunting with the strain of keeping Lincoln from smashing into the deadly ceiling, Billy grunted out the magic words. "Kelpi, Meskentar, Meskai, Kalpentar." Lincoln dropped. "Descendat," he shouted, and his short drop slowed as if a parachute ripcord had been pulled. The rocky wreckage of Wyrmmother rained down, boulders and chips and broken bits crashing against the floor, slamming into old skeletons and rotting corpses. Lincoln had to slap several baseball-sized pieces aside to keep from being struck. For a moment, it sounded like siege engines hurling huge stones against a castle wall, then nothing save for the skittering of gravel and pebbles rolling to their final resting place. Billy and Magda ran out. As Lincoln touched down, they caught him and held him up. "I called in a marker," Lincoln said, glaring up into the flames dancing behind the armor's 6 vertical slots. "You know what that means." Magda said nothing. "Shut your dumb ass up," Billy said. "We just saved your life." Lincoln tried to hold on to his fury, maybe because he'd wanted to win this one on his own, but he felt it slipping away. "Yeah? Where's Dante? Did you get him out?" Billy took the Yogatogani blade from Lincoln's hands. He slid the 2 halves of the weapon together, and once again, the magical device was a humble staff. "He's guarding Faceless, Cray, and Merc," Billy said. "It's fine. Now, man up and apologize to Magda, because this was her idea." He raised an eyebrow. "Unless you want it to be turned into paste?" Despite Lincoln's best efforts, his anger faded to annoyance, then left him altogether. His leg screamed at him, and he was so damn tired. But most of all, he felt pride. His friends had bailed his ass out. They had done it. They had beaten this place. And they had done it together. "You're right," Lincoln said. "Sorry, Mags. Thanks for saving my ass. Both of you." The big black helmet nodded once, almost imperceptibly. "Can you believe it, Mags?" Billy, barely able to stand, shook his head. "I can't believe we actually heard him say it." "Even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while," Armor Magda said. Billy winced. "Can we not use the word nut for a little while?" An understandable request, all things considered. "One more step before we're done," Lincoln said. "Let's get out of here." As Magda helped him hop toward the tunnel mouth, Billy saw something on the ground. He snatched it up. "Well, I'll be," he said. "This crutch is still in good shape." He offered it to Lincoln. It was bent a bit, but still usable. "That crutch is lucky," Magda said. "I'm glad we didn't lose it." Lincoln was glad, too. The 3 friends walked to the tunnel, moving as quickly as they could. "Before we bug out," Lincoln said. Help me get to those goddamn alarm mushrooms. I got a score to settle. Magda Magdalene opened her eyes. Her real eyes. She stared up at the rafters in the training room ceiling. The old stone church. Home. She felt her stress ease away. The headache remained, though, and the itchy sensation didn't fade entirely. So hungry, so thirsty. Magda sniffed. Was that pizza? Welcome back. I have a panini and a soda for you. I figure you're famished. Is it all done? Ariella's voice. Magda cleared her throat, blinked away crust caked in the corners of her eyes. Oop. She leaned up on one elbow, and when she did, she heard a plastic crinkling sound. A crinkling coming from within her pajama pants. She felt at her hips something puffy under there. She pulled out the waistband to see what it was. She stared. She stared some more. Ariella? Yes? Magda looked up at the woman. Ariella sat on the edge of the workshop table, a plate with a panini on it and a 2-tiered liter of strawberry fizz next to it. Ariella, why the fuck am I wearing a diaper? The woman raised an eyebrow. Because your body did things that bodies do. The training mat was getting stained. Diapers are far cheaper than replacing it. Embarrassment and burning shame hit hard. Magda's face felt hot. I pissed myself? Among other bodily functions. You were lying there for 10 hours. I suppose we didn't think that part through very well. Magda wanted to crawl into a bottle, drink all the booze in it, and hide from the world. Did you touch my pussy? A stupid thing to say, which made her feel even more humiliated. Ariella shrugged. Someone had to clean you up. I figured between me and Dragon and Shitbird, I would be your choice. Trust a girl when I say it wasn't exactly a bucket list moment for me. Magda had never, ever felt so mortified. She heard little claws scrambling on wooden steps. Dragon shot into the room, dragging, of all things, Magda's void cloak. The ancient leather slid along the concrete behind her tongue. Whoops. The ancient leather slid along the concrete. The ancient leather slid along the concrete behind the scrambling dog. The pup let go of the cloak and launched herself. Magda caught her, the impact knocking her to her back. Dragon whined and machine gun licked her face. God damn it, that dog, Ariella said. Sorry about the cloak. She was pulling all of Billy's clothes out of his drawers and making little nests, so I locked her out. Then she started digging around in the bell tower. She keeps pulling out bits of your armor and playing with them. I guess she's worried about you and missed you. So, is it done? Because Lincoln hasn't called. Magda held Dragon, pushed the little dog away. Dragon's tongue continued to lick at empty air as she tried to reach Magda's face. Okay, girl, okay, Magda said. No, it's not done. Lincoln, Bill, and the others are at the clearinghouse. People got... Well, let's just say there was some fucked up shit that went down in those caverns. Peanut and her snakes are patching up wounds. We're going to Khaleesi's club in like 10 minutes. Magda would have to will herself back into that suit. She dreaded it. 10 minutes? Why did you even bother disconnecting? because I couldn't take one more minute away from here, even when I really wasn't here, because I'm weak, because I'm crazy. I just needed a check-in is all. Magda set Dragon down, then stood up, embarrassed anew by the diapers crinkling. Is that panini hot? How did you know I was going to come out of this? I didn't know, Ariella said. And no, it's not hot. I've been making a fresh one every couple of hours or so, figuring you'd come out of it eventually. You want me to take it upstairs and heat it up? Magda was so hungry. She walked to the workstation, stretching the muscles in her back and shoulders as she moved. Dragon circled madly around her feet. Magda picked up the panini and took a big bite. It was room temperature, but she didn't care. Tomato sauce, pepperoni, mushrooms, and chewy gobs of mozzarella. Oh my God, she said. Thank you. The panini muffled the words to something along the lines of "Amaga Thaya," but Ariella understood well enough. And she smiled. And that awful fizzo that you and Billy like. She pointed to an empty glass sitting next to the bottle. You want me to get ice? Magda set the half-eaten panini on the plate. She opened the 2-liter and chugged a long drink. No need, she said, setting the bottle down and attacking the panini anew. You got any vodka? The headache was getting worse, and Magda finally realized the cause. She hadn't had a drink, or weed, or pills, or gobbers in those 10 hours her body lay here on the training mat, shitting and pissing itself. No vodka, Ariella said, her perfectly plucked eyebrows knitting closer together. You're going to Callista's club. We don't want you drunk for that. A surge of annoyance and anger flared, pushing the embarrassment aside. Who did this bitch think she was? The head bitch in charge. That's who. And Ariella was right. Magda hated to admit it, but she was right. No matter what Magda's body wanted, what it demanded, she needed to be sharp when they finally went up against Callista. Whatever, Magda said, then took another big bite. She was probably out of time. She would finish the panini, drain that fizzo, then lay back down and once again become one with the cursed armor of Sir Arno the Pure. Hopefully, she could keep her crazy at bay long enough to back up Linc's final play. Magda picked up the fizzo bottle. She started to chug again, then changed her mind and set it down. 2 liters of cheap soda was bound to go through her pretty quick. She didn't know how many times she had pissed herself, but even if it was only one, that was one too many. So fucking embarrassing. Magda shoved the last of the panini into her mouth. Billy still felt like a wet bag of crap, but some of the pain was fading thanks to the fuchsia fluid flowing through an IV line into his arm. The pain in his body, anyway. The pain in his soul wasn't going anywhere. This is not a hospital. Do you understand me? Not a hospital. Billy didn't know Peanut all that well, but it didn't take the familiarity of an old friend to see the man-sized snake's continuing frustration and fury. And yet, despite her complaints, other pawn shop snakes worked on Lincoln's leg, on Dante's wounds, and cleaned the joints of Magda's armor, which stood there like a statue. No flames behind the visor slots, as those had winked out when Magda had disconnected. They were in the clearinghouse's rear storage area, a sprawling, bigger on the outside space packed with crates, rolled-up tapestries, cobweb cabinets filled with dusty old artifacts, and so much more indescribable stuff. The place reminded Billy of the secret warehouse at the end of the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Billy, Cray-Cray, Faceless, and Merc all lie on surplus army cots wedged in among the sprawling sea of stuff. Billy, Cray-Cray, Faceless, and Merc all lie on surplus army cots wedged in among the sprawling sea of stuff, ivy lines running into their arms. A 15-foot-long black king cobra named Shovelbutt, of all things, checked the flow through the plastic tubing. Dante was on a cot as well, but since he hadn't taken a triple exorcist facial, he didn't need an IV. Triple exorcist. Billy thought that was pretty good. "Peanut, quit your bitching," Lincoln said. "You're not happy. We got it. I think your commission will be enough to cover your time and your effort." Peanut stood next to a heavy wooden desk piled with a Scrooge McDuck's worth of splooge-streaked gold coins. At the desk sat a 10-foot-long, reddish-orange, black-spotted corn snake wearing an old-timey green accountant's visor to shade his black eyes from the not-so-bright glare of hanging oil lamps. The snake's translucent, magical arms worked with a Vegas dealer's speed, counting the coins into measured piles. The name Broccolini was stitched on the left breast of his black polo shirt. The snakes were strange enough without their strange names. "The gold isn't the issue," Peanut said. "The issue here is that you came unannounced to my back door, demanding to be patched up." Her translucent arms gestured to a wall, behind which lay the pawn shop proper. "I have a business to run, Lincoln, yet half of my staff is here doing triage on you and your associates. You think my 8% will cover that?" Billy knew that the dramatic lisp was an affectation. Peanut didn't use it when only Lincoln was around, but with Cray-Cray, Faceless, and Mercutio, maybe she felt she had to keep up appearances. "Good gods, you like to complain," Lincoln said. "And 8%? I thought we were friends. Why would you insult me this way? It's 1.5%, and you know it." Lincoln sat in a chair that might have once been a tribal throne centuries ago somewhere in Africa. A blanketed sea crate named Headset and an emerald tree boa named Slapdick Jr. tried to fit a copper sleeve of mesh around his broken thigh. Peanut's tongue slithered in and out. She tried to glare at Linc, but her black eyes kept glancing at the growing stacks of gold coins. 1.5%? For that offer, I will need to find your father and let him know his dry seed didn't include genes coding for intelligence. 7%. Lincoln winced. Whether from the offer or from the efforts of Headset and Slapdick Jr., Billy couldn't tell. "I wouldn't pay 7% to save my mother from the pits of Hades," Lincoln said. "You know that. Or rather, you should know that if you weren't so obsessed with treating me like some Gomer fresh off the farm. 2%. Peanut gasped. 2%? Is your mother in Hades because you murdered her and somehow forgot about it? Is that why your barbed tongue spits words that cut me so deep, Lincoln? After all I have done for you, why do you insult me so? 6.5%. Faceless sat up, careful not to jostle the two ivy lines running into her pale arms. Oops, yes, that's correct. Running into his pale arms. Peanut-san, Lincoln-san, this is not a flea market in Baghdad, he said. May we please dispense with this long-winded negotiation drama? 3% is standard for gold laundering. Let us settle on that and be done with it. Lincoln and Peanut both glared at Faceless. 3%'s perfect, Cray-Cray said, without lifting her head. No offense, but you two sound like you failed your community center acting class and want the world to suffer as a result. Lincoln and Peanut both glared at Cray-Cray. Then Lincoln glanced at Peanut. 3%? Peanut's tongue slithered out, wriggled, slithered back in. Acceptable, she said. I will even throw in the medical attention for free. I can't help but notice it appears you have all been in a fight. While I can't provide weapons and ammunitions sans charge, I can offer a 10% discount on anything we currently have in stock. With the amount settled, Peanut focused her attention on the counting. Billy could almost see the dollar signs in the snake's eyes, or whatever monetary symbol they used in Cordis anyway. The negotiation had held Billy's attention because he wanted anything that distracted him from thinking about the Anemone Cavern. Yes, he had been blasted with Smurf spooge, and yes, that had hurt worse than anything he had ever known. But those things paled in comparison to what he had done. He'd killed people. He'd killed a lot of people. And he had done it without thinking, without pausing. His body had just acted. First with a shotgun, then with the ogatagane, then with the anemone loom mimicry. He only remembered traces of that and couldn't recall at all how he had done it. It had been like another version of himself had shoved its way to the fore and taken over. Billy had blood on his hands now, and he did not like it. His body hurt less, yes, but he still hurt. So did Cray-Cray and Faceless. It was written on their faces. And Mercutio as well, although he looked more depressed than anything else, lying flat on his cot, sullenly staring up at the warehouse ceiling. Billy wasn't exactly on top of the world himself. In a few minutes, he, Lincoln, Magda, and Dante would head to the nearest transit platform and then head to the Lumencia train station. From there, to Callista's club for the final showdown. While Billy wasn't about to leave his friend Lincoln high and dry, he wanted to go home. He wanted to sit on the couch with Dragon and watch some old Schwarzenegger movie. The Last Action Hero, maybe. Hey, Walt, Linc said. Proud of you, kid. You did great work today. That felt so good to hear. Billy nodded at his friend, and when he did, he noticed Dante glaring at him, goblin eyes narrowed. Billy looked away quick. This was almost done. Soon, hopefully, Callista would be gone, Dante would take her place, Sam would be free, and Billy would never have to be around this tracksuit-wearing goblin ever again. The polo-shirted Gaboon Viper working on Dante gave Dante a pat on his good shoulder. Shimy was the snake's name. Oh, sorry. Stymie was the snake's name. You're all set, Stymie said. We happen to have more track suits in your size. Shall I grab one and put it on your account? Dante's red Adidas tracksuit was trashed. Holes in the thigh and the shoulder, the triple white stripes spotted with his blood. Ah! He stood, gingerly putting weight on his wounded leg. I would like that. Stymie slithered deeper into the warehouse. They had a stock of tracksuits here? Billy wondered what other strange supplies they had in store. The counting corn snake put the last coin atop the stack, then leaned back, tongue flicking. The name on her black polo read Bougainvillea. Yes. Mr. Oganoff, you mentioned that the man in gray gets a share. Walter gets a share, while Miss Spray and Mr. Faceless each get double shares, she said. Is this correct? Dante again glared at Billy, who looked away fast. Duh, the goblin said. How much each? Bougainvillea's head made sharp twitches as she looked at the stacks, silently checking her numbers. The total is 5,200 coins, she said. Subtracting the house's 3% leaves 5,044. That means 840 each for the man in gray and Walter, and 1,681 for Miss Bray and Faceless. Everyone fell silent. Billy didn't know the current exchange rate, but from what he'd been told, that amounted to around $4 million each. Oops, goofed that up. That amounted to around $2 million for each share. Cray-Cray let out a long whistle. Well, tickle my taint and call me a naughty girl. That's more than we expected. Each share was around $2 million. Billy was suddenly rich. Awesome. Lincoln, Walter, Peanut said, there is the small matter of your clearinghouse accounts, namely the amount owed for certain items. Seeing as the gold is here, we will take enough to zero out your balance. Shall I divide that evenly between the two of you? Billy vaguely remembered that Yogato Gane had cost 1,000 gold. Take all of my share, Lincoln said. Then dip into Walt's. No. Billy shook his head. Take all of my share first, Linc. I know that leaves 160 that's coming out of your share. I will pay you back for it. And do not fuck with me on this. That's my decision. He wanted to do right by Lincoln, but at the same time, he didn't want Lincoln to have any claim to Yogato Gane. No claim at all. That weapon was Billy's and Billy's alone. Linc shrugged. If that's the way you want it, kid, that's how you get it. Turned out Billy wasn't rich after all. There was always bounty hunting to pay off the remainder. If they survived blackmailing Callista, that was. Stymie returned, a neatly folded Adidas tracksuit, black with red stripes in her translucent arms, and a new pair of little sneakers, also black with red stripes, atop it. They even had Dante's size in stock. Billy had to start shopping here soon. Dante took the clothes and the shoes. Cray-Cray, Faceless, there is still more to be done, he said. Are you sure? Are you sure you will not come with us for the final phase? When I am in control, I will make it worth your while. Faceless reached out and took Cray's hand. No, Dante-san. We did the job that we were asked. We are happy with our shares. We will part ways. Peanut slithered over to them. If I may, I suspect someone out there is less than pleased at your newfound fortune, she said. I would not recommend taking such a sum with you, as it might draw attention. If you like, we will transfer the funds to accounts in your names at the nearest Argenti bank. This service is included in our commission. Cray and Faceless exchanged a tired, hopeful glance. Cray nodded. Peanut-san, we will take 20 each with us now, Faceless said. We are going to a hotel and lay low for a while. Eat a lot of room service. Heh, Cray said. And fuck like buddies. Now unplug us, you limbless bitches. The snakes quickly and gently removed their IVs, completing the effort by applying blue Band-Aids with pictures of the Flintstones on them. Lincoln-san, Dante-san, a pleasure doing business with you, Faceless said. Good luck on your next phase. Lincoln, we will see you in group. Lincoln stared, then let out a long, frustrated sigh. Group? What kind of group was Lincoln with these two? Slapdick Jr. led Cray and Faceless through the crates. They leaned on each other, not out of love or lust, but because they still hurt so bad they could barely walk. Unplug me too, Lincoln said. Hey, Merc, you're awful quiet over there. You gonna go clubbing with us? Billy winced. That was a little harsh. Merc's life was about to change forever. Fuck you, Franks, Mercutio said. And fuck you, Walt. And fuck you, Dante. And fuck you, Dante, you fucking green-skinned toad. That's racist, Dante said. Did we not save you from Paula penetrating your zupa? The snakes all watched, saying nothing. Slapdick Jr. returned. Mercutio huffed. Spare me. I'm not going to heap praise upon you for keeping your unwilling hostage from being turned into a bush. You disgusting miscreants have ruined my life. He sat up, stared down at the floor. The snakes removed his IVs. But, Lincoln, could you do me a favor? Linc stood, wincing as he put his weight on his good leg. Wincing as he put his weight on his bad leg. The meshwork cast obviously squeezed his thigh, held the broken femur in place, but it wasn't as good as Magda's chiropractors. Linc should be sitting the next round out, but there was no way he would stay behind. No way. Sure, he said. You want me to tell your asshole girlfriend that we forced you to do all of this, right? Because we did. I'll tell her, Merc. Mercutio finally lifted his head. With sunken eyes, he stared at Lincoln. Thank you, he said. And with that, Mercutio slowly stood. Slapdick Jr. led him out of the warehouse. With a whoof, flames flared from the black armor's visor slots. The snakes that had been tending to it backed away. Appreciate the help, Armor Magda said. Now fuck off. Those snakes slipped out of the warehouse. Billy hoped Magda got a mental break when she had disconnected. The armor was magic, true, but it had not magically cured her agoraphobia. Peanut, Dante said. My associates need weapons and ammunition you spoke of. Put it all on my account and make it snappy. Peanut bowed, then looked at the remaining snakes. Shotguns, pistols, meshwork ammunition. You know what the man in gray likes. Get the good stuff. The snakes slithered out of the room, all except Bougainvillea, who stayed close to the stacks of gold. Hey, Peanut, Lincoln said. Always a pleasure to see you. Kindly transfer what's left of my share to our account at Argenti and send a notice to Ariel Goldsmith when it's done. Billy, Dante, Mags, break time is over. Are we ready to rumble? Linc was hungry to move forward. Of course he was. He wanted his son back. You got it, Linc, Billy said. Time to finish this. Dante pulled off his trashed red tracksuit jacket. Da, man in gray. I will keep my promise. Lincoln looked to the still, towering suit of armor. Mags, you in there? Threads of fire again flared from the visor slots, then quickly died down. Huh? The big helmet turned toward Lincoln. Oh, yeah. Ready to rumble. The deep voice sounded quieter than ever. Let's fucking go. Mags wasn't herself, and not just from the fact that she wasn't really there. Just a bit more, Mags, Lincoln said. Just a bit more. The snakes returned, translucent arms stacked with weapons and ammunition. They laid it all out on the cots. Such wonderful toys. Billy picked out what he needed. Would he have to kill again? He hoped not. He prayed not. But was he ready to rumble? For Linc's sake and for Linc's son, he sure as hell was. That's it, my nizzles. All right. We get Deep Cut 70 queued up here. Let me get the How BS queued up here. Turn that off. Boom. Oh, snap. We're done. Oh, let's get ready to rumble. Exactly. Thank you, Ragnar. I got a great job out of Ragnar. And Martin Evans, it's the final countdown. Na, 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 na. Danny Baker says, oh, yeah. So, Scott Aiken says, who boy am I nervous? You should be nervous, Scott. You should be fucking nervous. Thank you, Cobalt. People like that episode. Michael Moore says, very nice, very nice. Nyoka clap. Appreciate it. Steve says, we didn't even make Deep Cut 69 joke last week. Sad. It is so sad. After we had the script written, we were ready to go like 5 minutes before I do the episode. I told AM, like, why the fuck didn't we do a 69 related joke? Like the best 69 references in movies of all time. We blew it. I hear you, Sugar Plum. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
How you doing?
Good.
Hey, Sugar Plum, how you doing? Who said that? Chris Growl says, Moss, the whole damn hippo, you slacker. Chris Growl, a deep cut, a deep reference. Listen, shit's gonna hit the fan in a minute. Now, you may have thought, I'm gonna say some of you may have thought that the action in the back section of the tunnels, which is dirty in itself, was the end of the movie. It was not. Thanks, baby. Thank you. Look at you going crazy here. Oh, shit. Can't see my baby. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. Ribs. Oh, I get my headphones on. Okay, your headphones should be good to go, babe. And now your microphone
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
Can you hear yourself?
I can.
Great.
Something's
Great.
been stuffing up my nose, and if any of you heard me sneezing downstairs, I don't think that one you would have heard. Or, more importantly, any kind of like sort of thumping or knocking on the wall. In the condo that we share a wall with, they have been replacing the carpet all week because it's an empty condo right now. And all through this episode, there's been teeny tiny, what is that, a rug stretcher that you hit with your knee?
Yeah, I believe that's what it's called.
Little bitty tink, 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 tink. Tink, tink,
Invented
tink, tink.
by Combininius in 8612, also the inventor of shag pile carpeting. It goes way back.
I don't think either one of those things are true.
You don't think so?
I don't.
Okay.
Here is your informational document.
Got
We're
people-
now
Timothy
experts.
Clark in Alaska. How you doing? Steve the Ice Rickenberg, which says, you don't get to eat her for dinner, Scott. Wait, what are you talking about? Steve's getting
Reese?
dirty. Dirty.
I'm going to assume that's probably maybe about a
Oren,
dog or
Oren
something.
says, so good, but also disappointed with the lack of 69 action. Look, you guys,
Oh my God, we're so mad.
I'm so mad. So you know what we're going to do next week, babe?
No.
Yeah,
What are we going to do?
we're going to do,
We're just going to do episode 71,
Episode-
movies about 69?
yes, because we're going to quote the famous George Carlin, we had a 71, which is 69 with two fingers up your ass. So episode 71, we're going to dedicate it to George Carlin, and we're going to do the best 69 references in movies of the last 200 years. If you know movies, look at her. Look at this face. She's not happy. If you know if you know of movies
This
with
is
references
going
to
to go so poorly, you
69,
guys.
that is going to be our episode next week.
So poorly, you guys. And we are actually we're hanging out with friends this weekend. We have a very busy weekend, so there's not even going to be as much research time as there normally is.
All right, so we're going to need, you know what? We're going to need all y'all's help. Here we go. Can you, I should have brought this over. Scooch over.
Sure.
Get
I
a
need-
little
that- yeah,
closer.
that's what I
That's as
need.
close as we can get.
Yeah.
Don't be shy.
I'm not ready.
Two
or
fingers
happy.
up your ass. All right, so listen. Now,
Of all the Carlin quotes.
that's one of my
Of
favorite.
all the Carlin quotes.
I just thought it was the
What,
best.
I mean, you couldn't go with my shit is stuff and your stuff is shit?
No,
Come
because
on.
that's an episode about poop. Come on now.
It isn't. It's about household goods. Okay, Rob, I love you to death. Rob in the Facebook chat room says 70, 71, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. All right. All right. Whoops, shit. See, I got the fucking drawing board again. So listen, if you know of any movies that have a reference to 69, of course we've got Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Dig deep. Dig deep. Email info@emptyset with those references. Because as I mentioned, we are off to Phoenix, Arizona on Friday because I am adjacent to the Arizona State University staff in the gaming and storytelling department. I'm fancy. I'm a big goddamn deal. We're going to go hang out with our friend Mark Olila, and he is taking us to see Arizona State University against TCU.
And we get to see Shivo.
We get to see Sheila and Evo, and it's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of football involved. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. We're very excited, but that means we don't have a lot of time. So email all of your references to 69, and you can take liberties with this too. If you want to do some creative math, go ahead, but you're going to email all of that to info@emptyset.com.
I mean, it's only a half an hour show, but I'm not really sure there's a half an hour
Oh, God.
on
Rob,
regular
just stop.
rentable movies.
Rob, stop. Stop, Rob, Jesus. Rob, did you see what Rob wrote?
I did.
I'm not gonna put it on the
you
screen.
could not call it out so everybody doesn't look it up.
I'm not going to put it up on the screen. Rob, no.
Oh, come on.
Mm.
Okay, let's get to working on the
Oh,
papers. There's we always
did you
throw
see? Look at
other
that. It
paper-
fucking blew
always
your...
throw that other paper astray. I work so
I didn't-
hard, and then he just
I
he does
work
this,
so hard all day long.
and
I
then he
slave
flings
away.
it away, flings it. But we need both documents.
I work
give
so
you the good
hard
show.
in the ink. Okay. I need to fix that. But
No, it's because
try to-
it's so white, is what it is.
I need to fix the auto white balance.
Oh.
So until I fix
How
the
dare
auto
you.
white,
I'm this pasty.
until I fix the auto white balance, miss ad hoc analysis. Try not to do this because it changes our white balance.
You just did it.
I get to do it because it's my show. All right. Here we go. Dr. Campbell, God damn it. Don't help him. Don't fucking help Rob Otto. God damn it. All right, you ready?
Yeah. Do you want to do the housekeeping? Is that
Oh,
what
housekeeping! I gotta, I'm sorry. I got to make sure in Slave 4, if Billy lives, that there's another housekeeping!
He was bad at it. Very Ocean's 11 at it, but very bad at it.
I love Lincoln telling Billy, that sounds racist. Maybe I can get, if Dante survives. We don't know if Rob knows, but
Rob
nobody else knows.
a lot. Yeah, I don't even know, but Rob knows, or Dante knows a lot about
Let's
racism.
get in. Rob does know a lot about racism. That's a good
said
point.
Dante.
Oh, I got that wrong. Sorry, Rob. Here we go. Housekeeping. Sunday, September 21st, Slay episode 113, Wyrmmother hit the feed. Monday, September 22nd, Deep Cuts episode 69. The 2025 fall movie preview went live in the feed. Tonight's Deep Cuts is a dive into Alien Earth. We're about to get into that right now. Now that we have caught up, we have finished the season. We've got a little bit of lag going on here. Did you close out all the tabs on your computer by chance? Are there any open still? Is your phone Wi-Fi off?
The Wi-Fi is off. I think the only one is open. That is
okay. Well, there's nothing we can do. Sometimes these things happen. Sunday, September 28th, tonight's episode, Slay, episode 114, Carved in Stone, goes live in the feed. Saturday, October 4th, Steve the Iceberg, Ricky Berg's Junkie Party Zoom meetup is going to be rolling. Of course, that is 7 hours of Steve being a baller to make sure that all the junkies from all over the globe and other planets as well can queue in on Zoom, hang out, and bring your own booze or bring your own beverage. Doesn't matter. Yes, babe?
I've not been there in longer than I like. The happy hour on Saturday, I normally try and get there at least every other month. It's not always that way. However, I think this month there's something I can't be doing.
Okay.
Steve, I'll get in touch so that we sort of know. But
Before we get into the episode, we have somebody in the chat room right now. Pam Weber says, I met Ron Jeremy in a porn shop once. Pam, you're going to need to extrapolate on that. I'm going to need more information about meeting Ron Jeremy in a porn shop once.
I once met Jason Momoa in a guitar shop in the Village.
Oh my God, it was great. The Village in New York, right?
In Greenwich Village in New York. I think Pam's story might be better, but my story, Scott got to watch, and I was deeply uncool. Deeply uncool.
We're both extremely uncool around famous people that we like, and I am very uncool around musicians that I like a lot, and A is very uncool around anyone C-list celebrity or higher.
How rude! He's not wrong, but how rude.
So of course I'm a big Jason Momoa fan. I think he's awesome. He's also a bass player. Seems like a great cat. We'll tell the story another time, but I was as cool as fucking cool gets around Jason Momoa because someone I know had fucking melted down and had to leave the building. And for some reason, flipping out, I was like, also, I was in fucking cool mode.
So we will tell that story, but I will also say I flipped out and left the building and he followed me. Not Scott, Jason Momoa, but not for the right reasons.
Pam Weber says, okay, I'm just going to read this verbatim. It was kind of both creepy and funny. I had a Polaroid with his hand up my skirt hang on my fridge. That sounds awesome. I'm not going to lie.
That's so good.
If I had met Ron Jeremy before he went to jail and he's like, you know what, let's just slide my hand up your pants to take a picture. I'm like, all right, fuck is Ron Jeremy. How often am I going to get this chance? Anyways.
Recluse Mage says, Ron Jeremy C-list, LOL. What does the C stand for? Okay, we have
D79 met Billy Bob Thornton in a Waffle House. Hopefully you got a picture of his hand up your skirt too, Dave. Let's go.
This is actually not a bad deep cuts. The time you met George R. R. Martin, the time I met
that is all
Nichelle
our famous experiences.
You have to start.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steve or Sean, would one of you please text me? Please do a deep cuts where
all of our famous
the
people
Siglers meet famous people.
Yep.
Poorly.
We're not good at it.
We're not good at it.
I would love to tell you I'm the coolest. I'm cooler on the other side of the pillow.
You are cooler than I am, though.
Yeah, well, that's fucking true. Here we go.
Hard to do.
Okay, let's go. Time to roll in deep cuts. And of course, you guys, we're now in the chitty chatty phase of things. Oh shit, we forgot. I'm sorry, we've not figured this out yet. We're going to stop this stream.
Good call.
Stop the stream. Stop it. Stop. Or as Pina would say, stop it. And then we're going to restart. So I want you all to come back. Whatever you're watching on right now, it's going to blink out. We're going to be back on in like 2 minutes. You can do this.
Because
you can
you're all
come
a
back and
delight.
join us because we're going to talk about
Thank you,
Alien Earth, and it's going to
Steve,
be
thank you.
fucking great. Martin Evans says we need to see Chief of War Jason Momoa. My brother has been all over me like, you got to see this. It's awesome. So that'll be our next show now that Aliens Earth is done, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
We'll be
okay.
back in just a second. Please join us because we have lots to talk about Alien Earth. Michael Evans, nice to see you.
Actually, let's get this. There we go. That's the noise our cameras make when they move. All right, guys, we'll be back in about 2 minutes. Don't you fucking not come.